Hey, I'm Scotty, and in this loose portrait sketching tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up construction that will really help improve your proportions. With observational sketching, we work from the big shapes like this hat, or the face shape, and then the scarf, and then we work into the details. And it's very impressionistic and loose, but if you're a beginner, you might need a bit of construction to help get those proportions right. The first step of construction is to form a circle, but just using dots. Put a dot right in the middle of the page there, just a light one. We're going up. Just put a dot above the dot there, and then from that center, that same distance down, and that same distance across, that same distance. So roughly, that is a circular shape there. The main reason that we have these dots isn't necessarily for proportions of the face, it's just to help give us that shape of the top of the head. And before we get on to any more construction, so we don't get overwhelmed, we're just going to start sketching those main shapes from the top. So we can see here, just above that dot there, we go up a little bit, and that is where that top of the hat is, which makes sense, because if the top of the head was there, you need a bit of space. So now we're just outlining that main shape around here. So it goes across, and use a light loose grip with your hand here on your pen, and coming around, and we can see here it comes around to this dot. So we're coming around quite far. You can add some wiggles like I did, and then we're coming around to this point. So let's go out, and then like this, and then down around like that. Okay, so now we've got that shape around the head. We can see here that distance follows around the hat almost. And you can go back and forth on the line just to get some interest. And I'm just stopping here because his head is slightly turned to the right, that means that flap of the hat comes out this way. So let's go around like this and make sure that it comes a bit closer on this side for that flap. Okay, now we have the hat. So just compare that distance and then the distance to the hair. So let's go across and make this really expressive, these little curls he's got there. And it comes across pretty much straight. And on this side, you can see here that distance come across there. It's almost similar to here where we just go in a little bit and down here like this. We're just building these shapes down. We've got this distance of the hair here. So let's go double that down to about here. That is where the eyebrow is, here. So I'm going to draw the first one. These are just light. These are almost just like, we're not really going to see them, but they're just here to help us construct the face. We've got two eyebrows like that at a side angle. Now the next step is finding where that chin is. And what we're going to try today is grabbing your width of the face and then measure that down from the eyebrow here down to the chin. And that is where my chin is. And so please let me know, is that an easy way for you to work out where the chin is? So we can either do the face or we can do the chin, but I like to do the main shapes. So let's keep doing the main shapes. We'll draw the chin, so let's get a nice wide chin like that, and then come around a bit, and then you see the shape. We're just putting a little bit of a idea of what the shape is. So on this side too, coming up to where that ear is, and it's got a nice curve coming around there. Okay, now we've got that face shape, we can look at the features of the face. So let's draw the nose. So between the eyebrows and the chin, we go down about halfway, which is where that other dot that we had before was, and we can draw two dots, the width of the nose. So now that we have the eyebrows, we can draw the side of the nose here. So go up a bit and then draw the side of the nose like that, and the other side here. Okay, and then you can draw a little bit more of this side here, going up to the middle there. So just draw a little line like that. Okay, and then we're drawing the nostrils, like that, and then on this side. And then that is the basic lines that you need from a nose. You can always add a little line just there. It shows that shape. It's always a little round shape on the end. But that's the basic nose. Okay, and now the eyes. So we go up 2/3 up towards the brow. So 1, 2 there, and on this side too. Now that distance we go across again, put another dot there, and on this side, put another dot there. Now let's draw the eyes in. So the eyes, we start with a line from this point here, we go up, and then we go down to this other point. Slight curve, and then this other line, that same height pretty much if you come across, but angle it the other way. There's one line like that, and then another line like that. So now between here we can see there's that nice curve around the eyeball at the bottom. So let's draw that in. One there, and then on this side we can draw around the eye. So there's that flap of skin that comes on the top, so let's draw a second line here, and then the second line on this side too. And then underneath he's got a point line here. So this is a bit lighter, so try and draw this line a bit lighter. One there, and then one just on this side, it's more to the right. And that describes his eyes. So that makes his eyes different than other people's eyes. It's an important part to achieving likeness. So with the iris, you can see it almost takes up half of that space there. One there, one there. And on this side, we'll try and copy that the same size. I think I made my iris is a little bit smaller than I planned to, but that's okay. And then we add in the pupils. So the pupils are like little circles in the middle. You can add a bit of a glint by missing a little bit on the left there. There's a line going up there and a line going down there. Now we move down to the mouth. So between the chin and the nose, we've got to go up 2/3, 1, 2. It's about there, or just a bit above halfway. And you go a bit wider than the nose there on this side, and then a little bit more wider on the left side because his face is more on that side turned. So right below the middle of the nose, we draw a little V because we're drawing this split between the lips. And they go down from the V, and then he's got a small bottom lip, so just a little mark there. We can add also a little V here for the top part of the lip, like that. And then lots of lines for the moustache. Okay, now we have the facial features. I hope that was easy to do. We're going to do the outlines. The ear is usually between the brow and the bottom of the nose. Because his ears stick out a bit, just a little bit like mine, where you have to make sure that we capture that in here to get his likeness. This one's a little bit lower. You can see there, comes out a bit, and a little bit lower than that one. The lines in the ear, we draw one on the top, like, and then we draw a little one in there, and then another line there. With glasses, I like to start in the middle of the eye to get symmetry. So just bit lower than the eyelids there, let's draw a line, the little bridge for the glasses. Okay, and then how far does it come down? The glasses come down to just that nostril there. So we've got one on each side like that, so make sure that that shape is the same on each side. And now how far does it come out? It comes out to there, just below the corner. You can put a dot on each side. Like that. Make sure you're following the angle of the face. Glasses are very, very tricky. And we go up here, the eye there, and probably sticking out a bit there on this side. 2 points, have a look, see if they look in line. And then we come down to there, and then up to there. On each side, draw those, and then we can draw a little bit of thickness to them. Facial hair here, so let's add some of those dots there to show that. A little line here. So this is more the details, and we've done most of the hard work. Now we've got to draw this bottom section of the scarf. So we come down here first for the neck, and then across like that. So we've got that shape falling down, goes into the chin. And then just below the ear, just coming out there, it comes out. You can really go free lines here. Coming around the neck here, let's get some nice lines. I'm not even following this exactly, I'm making it up a little bit. Okay, and then this side, we've got this strap, and it goes diagonally this way. So that little strap there, and then comes like this, and then we've got a buckle, and it keeps going. But let it fade out close to the page. We have the collar there, and then it comes around. You can add some of those little zips just in one line, doing those. And then coming down, and that can be the other part of the scarf there. So a little bit of collar hanging out there, and a bit of shoulder if I come across from the chin, just about there. Okay, I've got my round 10 brush. We're going to start here with burnt sienna. So just lightly at the top, and we're just slapping this on, and you can avoid the eyes if you like, but pull it down, makes it a lot easier. You can get a bit of rose, this is permanent rose, and then the ears, notice how pink they are. You can add a bit in there, and a little bit on the end of the nose. So Payne's grey, really light. We're just doing a light layer. And come in here, we've got lots of grey there. Ultramarine, once again, try not to touch that because it's still not dry. You can see on the edges here, there's white gaps here. You can add some dots here, some splatters. Cerulean blue, just another sort of blue you have, a lighter blue. And let's put that in there. A lot stronger burnt sienna. So that means it's more orange than the skin will be. And the jacket, I'm going to use yellow ochre. Actually, I'll add a little bit of Payne's grey to it. Burnt umber here, put that in there. So it's very light, this first layer, but then we can put some more interesting colours on top. I'm going to add a basic shadow to this sketch. So I've got Purple Lake. You can add any colour you like as your shadow. We've got a shadow that goes across here, and a shadow here around the face. I just find the purple works really well for the face. We're going to do the glasses, I haven't forgotten about those. Around the eyes here. Under the eye, that's a really nice shadow there, just under that eye bit. under the nose. Make sure you've got a shadow under the nose. And on this side of the face, runs down, and there's quite a bit of shadow. So maybe we'll go this whole section here, shadow, and down here like this, under the bottom lip there, and come around, and then you've got this shadow coming under his chin too. Top lip is in shadow, and then there's a little shadow line just below the glasses here. And make sure you have shadow across here, this is the important one. Okay, now we're going to do some details, so we'll get the darker colors of what we have already that we can put on top. So I've got Payne's Grey across just some of the points where it needs just a little bit more interest there. And then let's get that Payne's Grey and draw and block in the frames. Let's just dry it. I used a hairdryer to dry it. And he's got blue eyes, so ultramarine again. Now if you've got a steady hand, you can leave a little bit of white on the left hand side of his iris. But while we've got the ultramarine handy, just a swab across here, darker blue bits. So I'm just adding those in. And then if you cover up your sketch, the brush, burnt sienna here. Okay, and so now with the face with the hair, we were using burnt umber before. Probably needs a little bit of Payne's Grey in it. Mostly to that top section because there's more shadow here. Moustache. And I've got some of this red. This is cadmium red, just a light bit from another sketch I did. So we can add just a layer over the middle of his lips. Just a little bit there, just in the middle. And we can add just a little bit there, and we can take it if it's too much. I'm really happy with that, but I think it could do with a bit of background. I'm getting out my larger brush. This is around 12. Let's use a different type of green. This has got Viridian green in it. And we're going to slap this on just around the portrait here. Like this. Okay, and on this side. See, I'm leaving that white. Now I think I finished the watercolor. Let's wait for that to dry and then I'll add some highlights. Posca pen, especially with the nose, because I made it quite pink. I want to have a bit of a highlight going up there. So always on the end of the nose there's usually a highlight. We can put some little highlights on the outside. And then a little bit on the bottom lip facing the light. So this little corner of this hat. But on here you can see just this surface here, the shadow on this side. This is highlight on this side. Maybe in this bit if it's snowing. So there you go, really happy with that version, that light sketch. And let me know if you're a beginner, if that structure with the dots helped you form the face at the beginning. And as usual, I'll be putting this on my Patreon, the full version with the reference and the template you can download. I've also got a whole lot of other tutorials there, including fundamental tutorials on how to sketch a face. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll be putting up a full in-depth one there for you if you're interested in that. And then you can also add your sketches to the community chat where you can share your work and encourage each other there too. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.